Hey guys, welcome back. It's the Big Game Hunters podcast, exclusive to the hashtag MagnaOnAir digital network. Rory McMillan's in the studio today.
Landon Hood's in the studio.
Hood's in the studio today. We got an exciting topic that we're bringing to you guys today. Our audience, our community, our followers, the people that are out there looking to get ahead in their career, our followers that are looking to get promoted. You could be sitting in a job. The topic we're bringing you today is how do you get a raise?
Touchy subject. Tough thing to approach.
Subject.
You know, everybody wants more money.
Everybody wants more
Everybody's
money.
thinking, you know, am I getting paid the amount that I deserve?
Yeah,
and some
totally.
people, you know, it's a really, you know, it's a tough thing to ask. You got to face up your boss, and you got to say, hey, look, evaluate me.
You got to man up. You got to man
exactly,
up.
Absolutely. And it's tough.
It's tough.
But
it's tough.
yeah, so today we're going to talk about, you know, things like how to ask, you know, when to ask, and like, and what, you know, what do you need to know about asking? Basically.
Before we get into that though, I think that the number one thing is you need to know this is a very uncomfortable subject.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh.
One of the biggest, most uncomfortable subjects, which a lot of people just don't talk about.
Something people
because they just don't want their team to come to their boss and say, man, I'm not getting paid enough.
Yeah, and it's tough.
I'm undervalued.
You get the spotlight shown on you, and it's like, oh, you want more money, eh? So okay.
You're sweating before you come in there and ask. You're sweating,
it's
right?
like, and it's, for some people, it's just a tough.
We've all been there.
Yeah,
we've all been there.
It's like doing taxes or cleaning your gutters. It's something you got to do. It's uncomfortable, but it's something you got to approach and something you got to do, because sometimes you can stay stagnant. Sometimes you don't realize that you're being undervalued, and so that's why it's important, to be really aware of what's going on in your company. Be aware, how, not necessarily how the other people are getting paid next to you, but how well the company's doing and how your performance is affecting the performance of the company. And if you can really be aware of that, and if you can bring that to the table, then you can properly get yourself that the proper valuation.
It's like presenting for the first time. You're going out there, your heart's beating, your heart's racing. It's a very, very uncomfortable subject, and we're here to bring it to you today, our audience, our community, on how do you ask for a raise.
There's so many factors.
What do you think, Landon?
What
what is the appropriate steps that you need to take to make that happen?
First of all, how do you do it? First of all, I think the first thing you have to look at is timing. I think you have ask your manager. Some people might even be afraid to ask your manager. If I were to look at a performance evaluation or potential raise, when would be a good time to address that? Oftentimes people will look at their annual reviews. That's generally speaking a really bad idea, because the budget has been set by their end of the year reviews. Yeah. And so really knowing.
I don't think annual reviews mean anything.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to be honest with you. Like, you're waiting for that 12-month mark or that 6-month mark, whatever you're sitting in a company, whatever your annual review is. I don't really think it means anything. No. If you can show to your employer, your boss, or your supervisor that you are worth more to this company, you have more to offer, you can contribute to revenue in many different ways in the organization, whether you're an accountant looking to save a company money, or you're a sales guy looking to make the company money, whatever that may be. I don't think it's waiting for that time.
But it is. I think that in terms of the company is performing at a certain point. Yeah. So if you approach your boss for a raise and the company's in an economic downturn, or the company is underneath its targets, that's going to be tough. If you're aware, if you're invested in the organization, you understand, hey, it's a good time to ask because things are going well. And over the course of the year, you've really kept track of your successes. You've got complimented by the boss. Hey, great job on this. You understood, hey, I drove revenue here. You keep track, keep a log. The best people will keep a log of their successes. And then when it is time to approach the boss and speak with them, you can point to your successes, be like, hey, look at this thing. Remember how good I was at that? This is great. Look at how much money I made you. Hey, let's see a little bit of that coming this way. That, if you can point to those successes, and some positions it's easier than others. Obviously sales, you can say, hey, I brought in this amount of sales. Whereas, if you're working, for instance, or in HR, if you're working in a lab somewhere, it can be tougher to really track the revenue. So that's why it's important to really track successes in general. You created a great report. You really helped bring in a better customer service team. All these things you can really point to. An increased level of responsibility. Say, hey, you hired me this. Look at how much more responsibility I've taken on. And that's on you, being proactive about reaching out, what projects can I take on? And once you've done that, you can say, look at how much more I'm doing than I was when you hired me for X amount of dollars. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about paying me more.
For people that are working inside companies, Landon, say 1,000+ employees, who should they go and speak to? Is this someone that you go speak to your manager? Or do you go speak to one of the VP's directors, or do you try and find the owner? Who is the person that person should go and ask for a raise?
And that's the tough one.
That's the number one question, right? It's like you're sitting there. Think about these big companies. is my manager really going to be able to give me what I need?
I think if you're in a really...
And I don't want to ask him because in turn, that person's then going to go ask the right person.
No,
the message that I give to that manager isn't always going to be the same message
if you
that I
ask,
give to someone else.
No, exactly.
So what do you suggest for our audience, for our community? Because they're sitting here watching this.
I think ideally you do
they go to?
The most direct route as possible. It very much depends on the structure of your organization. I mean, if you're working for a huge organization where you have, a supervisor and a manager and a director and a VP, it's going to be really tough for you to go over your boss, right? You want to kind of avoid that. But at the same time, you do have to consider that your message will be diluted. If you speak with the HR manager, then speaks with the manager, it can be tough. They might say, oh, this guy wants more money versus, well, that's not your message. Your message is, look at my responsibility. So I'd say take the most direct route as possible without stepping on
You actually did
toes.
a week's warm up for that message to come out like that? No,
it totally got.
So number one, you've got to find the right person.
Yes.
That's the bottom line. Whoever that may be, we don't know. We know who the right person is here at this company, but your company, your business, we just don't know. So you got to find out, one, who's the right person. You got to get their attention. You got to get them excited about you. You got to get their attention. You got to ask for their time. You got to book an available time for you to go and speak with that person.
And prepare for that meeting.
And prepare for that meeting. Not so what, prepare is one thing, but you have the intention in there to get more money, right? Yeah. Whether that be $500 extra a month, whether it be $1,000 extra a month, whatever your intention is, or whatever you need to make yourself happy, more comfortable, to make a living, then you know what that is. But you got to understand that, and you got to clarify in that meeting that you're not looking for a handout. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Clarify right away. Hey there, Rory. You know what? I'm actually just not looking for a handout, but I'm actually looking to make an extra, couple $1,000 a month. What do I need to do, and how do we need to work together to make that happen for me?
One of the biggest mistakes some people will make will use...
hey, bro, I'm leaving.
Their situation.
I got offered a better job. See you later. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Or they get offered a better job and they just leave.
Or they'll take their situation in their life. Hey, I'm having it tough. I just moved into a new apartment. I just got a mortgage. You don't want to do that. You don't want to talk about your life situation. You don't want to try to leverage.
Everyone goes through that. Everybody goes through that.
And honestly, if you're trying to leverage another offer, if you're talking about, hey, I was talking with another guy, sure, they may match that, but at the same time, then it becomes a thing about trust. People. I read a study. People who leverage another offer and get that offer matched, I think it's about 75% of the time are gone within a year. Be it because they're clearly looking for other jobs, or because the boss at that point is saying,
okay, this person's
got a foot out the door anyways, so I don't know if I want to keep this guy around.
Yeah.
So and honestly, don't do that. Don't leverage other potential offers, or fake or real.
If you're 100% going, 100% go.
If you think that you can make more money, do it internally first. Look at this, say, hey, this is how much I should be making. Don't look elsewhere first. I mean, do your research and understand what your market value is, but at the same time, do it. You keep it within the family.
Yeah. I think the key thing is one, you got to understand your position. You got to understand where you're at, and you got to continually think of ways on how you can contribute as an individual to the business or to the unit. If whatever position you're in right now, to our followers, to our audience, to our community, whatever position you're in right now, you have to think how you can grow and develop and create more finances, more profitability for that division. That's the only way that you're going to get a raise, right?
Yeah.
No data, no facts. No dollars. That's it, right? No data, no facts, no dollars.
Yeah.
If you don't deserve it, I'm telling you, if you feel you don't deserve it, never go into that boss's office and ask for a raise. It just ain't going to go in your favor. Right. We hear this every single day. We're in the candidate market. We're on the phones with candidates all the time. They're not happy where they're employed. They're looking to make a change. It could be location. It could be money. It could be finances. It could be their personal situation. They're not challenged enough at their current organization. They feel the business isn't doing too well. Well, one, focus on how you can make that division better, how you can grow and produce. And in turn, your boss should hopefully
give you that raise.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks so much, guys.
Thanks.
It's Wednesday. You're sitting on the hashtag MagnaOnAir network. It's big game hunters.
It's the big game.
Landon Hood, Rory McMillan. Make sure you guys subscribe to our network, magnasearchgroup.tv. Check us out on iTunes, SoundCloud, Instagram, Stitcher Radio. We're everywhere. We're going viral. We are bringing you content each and every week. We've got hot interviews lined up over the next quarter, and we're very excited to have you guys here. Our family, the only way we can grow this is with you, your support. We welcome your feedback, whether it be good, negative, bad, or great.
Stories of when you asked, did you ask for a raise and it blew up in your face? Did you find that,
we want to hear it.
We love
want to hear
stories.
it. Yeah. We're just getting set up to take call-ins on the network. That'll be coming to you very soon. To our Meerkat followers, we're streaming this live. We love you guys. Keep sharing it. Keep following us. We love your support. Ask us questions, and we'll see you next week.
Hey.